Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Lucid, and I am joined by Maryland.
Howdy, gamers.
And last turn, Maryland was a pretty exciting one. If any of y'all missed it, go back and check it out. We had the great Felthink.
Okay, what's a felfing?
Felthink, dude, come on. It's a failed elfing. You've never heard this?
I have not heard this. I have not heard this before.
Yeah,
I appreciate you generating your own language.
yeah. Well,
I mean, it's not like Dominions doesn't have its own language or
if
lingo.
we deserve elfings, we deserve Felthings. So
Yeah. So why do you call it a failed elfing?
well,
I mean, I have my opinion, but
I mean, Pelagia, as I kind of expected, just from knowing the player, parried. I want to say, like, he technically was down in territory, and we didn't add it up. But I want to say Vanheim lost at least 100, probably closer to like 150 or 200 gems in elf gear.
I agree. Almost every one of the ones we watched was a full slot filled Vanyarl or Vanadrot.
Yeah.
Some of them were Vanadrots, and that's more difficult to replace. And I think I counted 8 that didn't succeed, and it died for 3 that succeeded.
Yeah.
And the key was all those tricky little counterplays, such as a single gelatinous cube with flight that goes and swallows the damn van. You know,
and it wasn't one thing. It was, he did that a couple times. One of them was a frozen heart caster that had a range of like 100.
Yeah, all the way from the back behind a bit of chaff and PD.
He had some, which was just, I think he did mind burns on one of them and they ran.
Yeah. One was the mind burn.
I think he did some air elementals on another one. I mean, it was just a bunch of different things.
All kinds of different things. And each of them was he just planted 1 or 2 magi and or 1 or 2 lightweight thugs in almost every possible province that didn't have a forward.
I mean, Maryland, I don't think this is what happened. In fact, I'm quite sure it didn't. But what it was like Arco logged into his turn, saw what was going to each province, set up a test game to say what's the minimum amount of stuff to murder this, and then put that there.
It is like that.
Yeah.
It is like that.
Yeah.
But it's not like he doesn't have the resources to put some kind of a trap in every province.
Sure.
And he's the kind of player that would do that. I know I sometimes struggle when I reach that point in the game to make sure that I've put together every little tip. It takes a serious commitment. That's a lot of time spent.
Yeah.
To put together.
We only saw the hits. Like, I'm sure he had defenses up in a lot of places that didn't get hit.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I made the argument last episode that I think more lightly geared Vanyarls in pairs and triples might have been more effective.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna. That's just a prediction. It would have been probably how I would have done it.
Yeah. I mean, those look like Cadillac luxury thugs, and I think wasting more gold in less gems and maybe mixing it up. Just mixing it up more. Different kits.
He did comment that he kind of rushed that turn.
Yeah.
He didn't have as much time to put it together in the detail that maybe it deserved.
But, this is a game. Nothing is decided in a turn or even 2 turns, really. Well, not often. And he's going to adapt. So it's going to be interesting this turn to see what round 2 looks like. And let's start this off from a message from Pelagia. Or with a message from Pelagia. Step 1. Your innate caster's army of rats beat Vanheim's faster casting anti-magic seer. Ooh. Step 2. Let's see how reducing HP pools holds versus flames from the sky. Step 3. Let's see how -5 morale holds versus beckoning. Wait, this is what
he's going to do to that siege army.
Yeah, the thing I don't understand is how is he going to get Army of Rats off? Because that's a combat thing. He would have to have the combat take place before Flames from the Sky are beckoning, which I don't know.
Right, which would mean he would be doing it in magic phase. But see, I'm not sure that the Army of Rats reduced hit points would hold after the battle is over, because that's a battle spell. Normally, battle spells are undone at the end of the battle.
Maybe.
But
Okay.
maybe they stay. I know that the reset hit points phase is late in the game.
Yeah.
So if you have 2 fights and you get wounded in one and you lost some hit points, you don't get them back before the second fight. So a magic phase.
No,
but
but
Flames
these
from the Sky.
Step 2 and 3 are magic phase, and I don't know how you can get anything reliably off, like even a magic phase battle, to get Army of Rats.
I don't either.
The only thing is maybe he did this last turn and we missed it.
The Army of Rats, but
yeah.
it won't hold.
No, it will.
But
I think it's a permanent debuff. I think it changed. I think it gives you Shrunken, doesn't it?
Forever?
I'm not sure. I think, but I don't know. Let's just say I don't know.
Neither do I. I don't know the answer to your question.
Okay. So the Communion Masters movement, send a strange squad to harass the survivors. I'm not sure they will even arrive. The Communion Masters movement could be interrupted, and assassinations may befell our 4 Communion slaves, and combat is mayhem. If it works, it will be a sight. Step 5, drop a Pyre Golem on a group of vampires, and Hall of Fame Vanadrot Mummy, and likely Valkyries and Dwarves. Odds to fail high. Vampires alone are able to stall most golem loadouts for 90 turns and won't route to HP loss of the whole group as they are immortal. Okay. And weapons of sharpness Vans, Valkyries could simply overpower the Pyre. Yeah, with flying.
Okay.
This is going to be an exciting turn.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of... So I guess we should just look through the thug battles.
Yeah. Sadly, there's no message from Vanheim after the Felfing.
Yeah. Do you want to... So this is a much more budget one.
Yeah.
Still not dirt cheap, but reasonable.
Okay, and there's nothing here.
Okay, so no trap there. Where's that located? Can you go to province?
How do I zoom out enough without spoiling things? Okay. Wait, this was a... Okay, yeah, this was a Pelagia thing. Okay. Yeah, I see.
So it's a bit isolated.
Yeah.
Well, that might be why it didn't have any... Okay, here's a horror, right?
Yeah, and he's doing send big horrors. These are not little horrors. Yeah. This is a Merc squad, it looks like.
I don't think there's any Merc squads that big. I'm not sure. That's 100.
Yeah, how do you get these guys though? They're not recruitable. And he's doing Frozen Harp spam, but this guy regenerates too much. I don't think he's gonna.
Maybe that is a Merc squad. I didn't think there was any Merc squads that big.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure it was. And you remember Pelagia had all the Mercs too, so.
Yeah, we saw that. I could look it up, but
I mean,
they ran away.
We can kind of see who the commander is.
Amrod?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Giuseppe IV the Inquisitor? That looks like a Merc.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, I'll look these up.
All right. And this looks successful. Gore-Tides are pretty good.
So, can we see the summary? I just wanted to get the numbers of that Merc.
Yeah.
So an Inquisitor. And then if we could go to the Merc listing, I'll look these guys up. So
they'll be dead. Because
I know they'll be dead. Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right.
We'd have to look at the previous turn. I'm pretty sure it was a Merc.
They must be one of the more expensive ones.
It's probably like, I think it is like God's Hand or something.
God's Enforcers, Inquisitor, and 100 Pikeneers.
Yeah.
Okay. That is the biggest Mercs in the game.
Yeah.
By a long shot. And the most expensive.
Yeah, and they're routed now. Okay, we have a battle here after all the horror attacks in the Banded Hills. And this is a little interesting. He's got a witch. Ooh, with earth boots. So not cheap.
Okay.
Another interesting but kind of expensive thug.
Is that a Ring of Returning?
Yeah. So it's going to be hard to kill him. Oh, and Frozen Heart doing serious work. And he gets basically some earth boots delivered.
Oh, my. Okay.
Just sends this guy back. I mean, the Ring of Returning here worked out because well, he would have died.
Yeah, it saved the gear, but
You know.
it also meant he had a single frozen heart sends him home.
Yeah. But
Okay,
3 frozen hearts would have killed him. I think he was dead there.
that's true.
I mean, he's just not finding any soft white parts to go mess with.
Well, this is the mummy again.
Yeah.
Okay, frozen heart won't work.
And
on the
air
mummy,
elementals, which should... oh, but this guy has quickness and a magic weapon. He would need probably multiple air elementals. As far as at 23 HP.
Yeah, he's chewing up that. Yeah, he needs.
And he's got shock resistance, though.
Ooh, he lost an arm.
Oh, so he doesn't have a magic attack anymore. If he had lost that arm sooner, I think he's gonna win now.
Yeah, but that mummy's taking a beating.
Okay. So success.
Okay, that mummy got crippled very badly.
Yeah, he lost some gear and
3 afflictions or more.
yeah, lost an arm, but he's taken the province. He killed 2 mages. That's a win, I think, for Vanheim.
Yep.
Scout ping here.
Is this it?
No.
No. What's this? I'm not sure what
There
he's
was
doing.
supposed to be somebody else here that got caught out, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. This is a fluffer.
Right.
And the thing he was
that didn't
supposed to
work.
fluff didn't make it.
That's what it looks like.
So we can
Okay.
on the strategic map we might be able to figure out what that is. Just relentless elf aggression.
Oh, and a few ghosts. Just a few.
Yeah.
And how many? Oh, that looks like... Is that some vans with the thug? Yes.
Yeah.
A few vans, a few ghosts. Does that Van Yarrow thug have any gear?
Let's take a look. Nope.
No. Okay.
And with a few ghosts, it looks like this is going to hold. It's close.
Somebody did a shockwave. I think. Oh,
Ooh, rest missed.
rust mist. Okay.
Turn on team colored squares here.
Yeah, they probably want to go home after that, but that's over. Jeez, look at the speed of that guy. Oh, a lightning bolt got him.
Look at this though. This was such a nuanced little. I think it was this battle, right? What a weird little budget thing from both sides. I mean, they're just including little odds and ends and putting them in places and trying to come up with what's the most budget way to hold or take this province.
Well, and that's good,
Yeah.
I think, for Vanheim. For Vanheim pulling off some budget efforts like this.
Yeah.
Maybe he wants to skip the gear, use some vans, and that way, in most cases, if the fight goes bad, the Van Yarrow will run away.
Okay, there's
Whereas
some
a
details
thug-
we didn't notice here, Maryland, because we weren't even have the camera here. Iron Warrior using this cube. Iron Warrior using this air elemental. I don't even know how he got a permanent one.
Huh.
And then... oh, Gift of Flight, it doesn't target the cube. It targets this guy, but it...
Whoops.
He's probably going to try again.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Oh, no, he's trying to defend himself.
Yeah, I think this is the PD commander, too. You just want to be like, God damn it, PD.
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing back here?
I really wouldn't mind it if Illwinter fixed the Gift of Flight targeting, that it's just complete crap.
Yeah.
So that cube might have made all the difference.
It would have probably eaten 1 or 2 vans. Would it have got the Van Yarrow? Would have been a bit of luck.
I think it would have won this fight for him. I think the fact that thing mistargeted made him lose this fight.
Yeah.
Just look at it go real quick. Sorry, I'm like obsessing about this. Look at this stupid Gift of Flight thing. So he does Iron Warriors.
Yeah.
You know what it happened though? If he had done Gift of Flight first, this guy might have been out of range because the range isn't huge. It's only 10. This guy's on guard. Like, it's an indie commander. He's on stay behind troops. He's like, oh, the nearest troop is back here. Let me run to it. And so he's like running to get closer. And then this guy's like, yeah, let's Gift of Flight him. And then he freaking misses. Oh my God. I'd be tilted.
This is everybody.
Yeah. Oh,
Still
little.
though,
This is peak
but
Dominion stuff, though. This is great.
if we look at how many times Pelagia's pulled off this flying gelatinous cube trick,
Yeah.
for one of the few to not work, that's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad.
That was Lithia.
That was
That was
Lithia.
Lithia.
Dershid.
Yeah,
This one.
Oh. Lamia's?
Lamias.
No. Lamia's.
And some Einherr up front. And then this guy at the back with the Lamia bodyguard.
And inexpensive gear setup.
Yeah.
Quite
Well,
inexpensive.
this is just PD, so I think there's no context
Lamia's
here.
do it. Okay. Well, that went fine.
Witherland.
A few blood slaves.
With the Lich. The hell?
Lich. What are the bloods? Oh, he's vortexing them.
That's kind of clever.
Okay. Yeah. That's a cheap way to get you some early hit points.
Yeah.
And then he's going to skelly spam. That's
How about
effective.
that? I've never actually done that intentionally. I normally am just annoyed when I still vortex my blood slaves. That's pretty clever, though.
I have intentionally vortex blood slaves. I have. Not very often, but I have.
Yeah.
Although, cost-wise, I think a Mound Fiend would have done this job just as well for a significantly cheaper chassis. But if you had the Lich, then why not?
Yeah. The Lich, if they die, you're not worrying about
That is
it.
an advantage. That's right. And that was cheap gear on the Lich. Very, very cheap. A Lion Pelt.
Ooh, a Heliophagus coming out.
Whoa.
And he's got a Crown of Titans, so he can't be trampled by air elementals or by cubes.
Well, and I'll pretty much guarantee you he's vortexing with the same trick with a few slaves.
Yeah, no, he's doing damage reversal. That's kind of what I was thinking. He's doing hard blood super combatant stuff.
He is.
There's not much here. There's only an elephant and a little bit of PD, so yeah. But I think he's gonna reinvigoration and stuff after this. Skeletal body, reinvigoration, yeah.
So. Okay, so he had the magic, just 3 slaves. Perfect.
Yeah.
Elephant runs.
So
that thing could have taken. That was this one, Ophalef.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's a dangerous super combatant.
Oops. Now, oh goodness, what is this?
Oh,
Evo bait up front.
Animals.
Wow.
So
this is Pelagia's side, right? And this is Vanheim's army.
Vanheim.
And he's got a couple liches. This is almost certainly bone grinding.
Bone grinding. Rigor.
This is almost certainly Winds of Death.
Was that Wraithlord empowered in air?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
It's possible he does Wailing Winds, but I'm not sure. He probably has somebody here doing Fog Warriors too, if we can find them.
But Wailing Winds would send him running so quick it's not even funny.
Yeah, that's probably true.
No.
Because we'll look at the hit points. I think he's hit this army with flames from the sky or something. 1 air gem. Wait, is this guy who's going to cast Fog Warriors? Because I'm pretty sure he's going to do it. Because normally you do Fog Warriors with bone grinding.
Ooh, single hit points on a bunch of those smiths. Do you see that? Some of those dwarven smiths
we'll come down and take a peek at it. Because I think he has hit them with flames from the sky this turn.
Does look that way.
Okay, well that's all I've been through. Okay, we'll see what happens. And then this is a big Vanheim stack. I'm not sure which fort this is on, but this was camping on one of Pelagia's forts.
Yes.
All right. Oh, we'll take a look at the starting hit points too.
Well, that's what I was noticing is that you see there's some down there at 1, 1, 5,
yeah.
1.
Yeah, this stack has definitely been hit with flames from the sky.
There was your bone grinding.
There was the bone grinding.
There's another bone grinding coming.
chaff he has picked is going to be chaff that is going to have a lot of hit points, so bone grinding won't really bother it.
Except make it run away.
Well, I mean, it's going to cripple it, right? Because they're going to get limp and cripple from the bone grindings.
Right.
Now, Vanheim has Fog Warriors up, and Fog Warriors is kind of the bone grinding counter. Because bone grinding does armor negating damage, but it's not magical.
Oh, and they're running. The liches are running.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's deliberate.
Ooh. This was the step 4 thing in his little plan, the janky thing. So he should have cast, somehow, the shrinking army thing on these guys. Let's just see if we can see some of them.
I don't see any... whole bunch of werewolves dead?
Shrunken. I don't know when he did it, but a lot of these things are shrunken.
That's a lot of dead werewolves.
Let's see if some of these guys are shrunken too. Shrunken. Wow. Somehow he did it. I don't know. That was this one. Oh. He must have done it last turn. I think it's... The game is slow enough.
Do you think we missed it?
Yeah, the game is slow enough too. I want to go back and check.
So Ophalef is the location.
The Great Woods is which one it is.
Great Woods?
Yeah.
Can we...
Yeah, we'll go back. I want to make sure it didn't happen this turn in combat, so...
No, I didn't see Army of Rats go up.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, it's a pretty hard hit. Some pretty hefty losses for Vanheim.
Well, for both sides. I mean, this guy, they lost all the gear on the liches. The liches, of course, will reform.
But they lost the gear.
Did he get Wind of Death off?
I didn't see it.
Let's keep our eye on this guy, see what he does. Oh no, he did bone grinding too. Okay.
Oh, okay, so that's 3 of them bone grinding.
He does flight and he pieces out, okay.
Alright.
So he loses about 80 chaff. He loses a couple mages. He loses a fair amount of gear. I mean, 2 of the slave matrices at least, and then the gear on the liches, which was pretty extensive.
And he gets
7 Vanjarls. Wow. 3 smiths.
And then the gear.
I think this is a hero, Daughter of Storm.
Some of those smiths had a lot of gear on them for casting.
This is a auto flight person, so this is like losing a storm staff, losing this lady.
Oh yeah, okay.
Dwarven smiths, and then for the troops, almost all the Iron Hairs. Not any of the Great Eagles because they don't care about bone grinding really.
Right.
The skin shifters he's lost most of. Wow, he's killing skin shifters with a play like this seems hard.
And he killed a lot of Vans.
Yeah.
That's a lot of gold.
Vans.
That's a lot of gold.
We could probably spend a lot more time going into the details of it, and I kind of want to, but let's go back and check the other turn first. 78.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if the Army of Rats... So I guess that was a mistake. That was the Great Woods, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking for nature magi.
Ooh.
Here we go. Oh, we wondered where this guy's gems went.
Yeah. Army of Rats.
There are Army of Rats. We missed this. We
might have even commented on it, been like, that's a weird thing to just cast. I've never seen people cast it before. I think I might have said that.
Maybe you did, but I remember saying, what did he use the gems on? Because I was expecting Howl or something. Now we know it was Army of Rats. Okay. I missed it entirely. But it makes sense now.
And yeah, there's no way to save this guy. He's immobile. So you can't even return him. Because I guess you could put a water-breathing item and return him. But...
Yeah, but... Okay, well, this makes a heck of a lot more sense now, because I kind of wondered when we watched this battle last turn.
Yeah.
You know, what was the point of this? It seemed using the tree was a little expensive for the purpose, but to put up the army of rats and then have them shrunken so that the flames from the sky and
Would
then
work
add that
better. I mean,
lightning,
that's some Jedi shit, man. Oh my god.
yeah, that was pretty painful.
Okay, so let's take a look at his message again, and we'll kind of decode it. So,
That was turn 77.
This was
Army of Rats.
right. Well, it executed on 78, and then this last turn he cast flames from the sky,
Correct.
and beckoning, and both of these, because this was a forest he's sitting on top of. Both of these are going to benefit from Army of Rats, because Army of Rats is going to reduce morale, and it's going to make them softer for flames from the sky.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we saw was the battle with everybody who was left behind. So
I'm guessing that step 5 has to be next turn.
Maybe.
Step 4
they may be
break.
Inside or something. I'm not sure.
But step 4, I think, was a break siege. So that had to happen in normal battles.
Yeah.
Go to Great Woods. So that's normal battles.
Yeah.
The battle in Great Woods.
Here we've got a Van Jarl and some Dust Walkers.
They do not succeed. Wonder why. Air elementals.
Air elementals and just troops. And this guy, did he have gear? He did not. Okay.
Okay.
That was very cheap. That was in Liski Cairn. And then in Lidlhor.
And these are conventional battles.
Yeah, these are conventional battles.
Oh. Okay.
I wonder if this guy was... This is a gym bait.
Holy cow.
But I don't think it gym baited. It didn't gym bait.
Yeah. Did he need that many gems to bait?
Probably. I mean, Arco would have tested it or had some equation. But I don't think... It didn't gym bait anything. It's just...
That equation, I found the equation on gem bait. It is really hard to read.
Yeah.
It's on the wiki. Well, the basic part about putting gems or items is easy enough.
Yeah.
But the one was, why does sometimes you use gems against PD? And that calculation is quite confusing.
Yeah.
How it calculates the respective sizes of the troops and or commanders. There's no easy fix to using that one.
Okay, so this battle, Marilyn, we've got a guy with enough to summon 2 air elementals, we've got a baby air elemental, and we've got another guy with enough to summon an air elemental. I'm going to call this. There's no way this guy survives. 3 air elementals and 1 baby air elemental? Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's just not big enough. He's got the lightning resist, but...
Oh, come on.
He's going to run away?
5 hit points.
We did it.
Mist form.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the magma kid? Oh, he runs. Okay.
He runs. Okay. Well, touch and go.
Yeah. If he retreated, it's not horrible, because this Pelagia spent a fair amount of gems on that.
That was the one in Greenport? Okay.
No, this is Spire of Ascension. So over here. So he probably retreated.
So I guess we're...
So let's take a look.
Oof, that was a 400 unit army, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. And it has been basically reduced
to meaningless. Like, go home.
Yeah.
Again.
I mean, the fort's not cracked because all the units, the commanders for them have probably been killed. So they couldn't... I don't think he stormed. I think what happened, Maryland, is he was pinging the throne this turn. He's going to see what's inside. And the guy who was pinging it died, and all of the fuckery that happened, the flames from the sky, the bone grinding and all that. So we didn't even get to see a ping battle inside the fort. And instead, this army no longer even has cracked the fort now. He's got iron walls on it.
Oh my gosh.
And they were probably all displaced from their leader. So, they probably didn't even contribute to chipping down the iron walls.
Yeah. Well, and he could have a lot inside.
And
He could have.
meanwhile, Pangea's got all this. I mean, Pelagia's got all this stuff in this fort ready to come out and fight him.
So what do the army graphs look like? How much of a hit is this
And
to
let,
Vanheim's graph?
let me check just. Okay, so this army hasn't been touched yet. Did he ping
Yeah.
inside, though? He didn't. He had cracked this fort last turn, if I recall, though, hadn't he?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, let's go back and check, because, again, we don't have too much to talk about. And then we'll look at the army graph. So... Oh,
No.
you're right, he hadn't.
I didn't think so. Because he had just
Smart
moved
man.
it on.
All right. Ooh, okay, so army graphs.
Army and province. Ooh, that's a major hit.
Yeah.
That's a major hit. I mean, it's not a game ender,
No. Yeah.
but it's a major hit. And obviously now he knows that armies sitting on top of forts are very vulnerable to a set of ugly combined tricks. You know, it required all these steps to work for Pelagia to pull this off. He needed the so far we've seen the 4 steps. We haven't seen step 5.
Right.
But
well, I mean, he can also just do multiple flames from the sky. He's kind of just being cheap over here.
Yeah,
if he's
but
got casters.
He can't pull off the tree lord trick. So if he wants to use the army of rats, he won't have an innate caster army of rats guy there because it's not a forest.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll need, if he wants to try something similar, he'll be harder pressed to get army of rats off against that one.
Yeah.
However, the other parts of it can be done anywhere.
Yeah.
Boy, I haven't seen Army of Rats pulled out. Boy, I'm not sure I've seen it at all any time in Dominions 5 because that's a really high path requirement.
Yeah, it's hard to cast and it doesn't seem to do much. And that's one of the things that I love about the game is there's so many things that don't seem like they're good. But in the right circumstance, in the perfect circumstance, they're excellent. And this was a great example of it.
I'll confess, I didn't realize the Shrunken was a permanent curse.
Yeah.
I thought it was only within that battle. So I had never rated Army of Rats anywhere near as highly as I just learned.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Ooh. Now,
can we look at Province Graph for a second?
Yeah, we'll take a peek at it. I think Vanheim's going to be up a fair amount now. Yeah. Pelagia took a beating this turn of provinces.
Vanheim was much more successful in his raiding because a lot of his raiding were just inexpensive, normal movement with just a few troops.
Well, and it was varied, you know, like here there was...
stood up.
Well, okay, that was something different. But, you know, I had this Heliophagus who was size 6. He had, which is going to be immune to a lot of the fuckery of Pelagia. And then, you know, a squad of Vine Hares. And then this guy with some Vans and Ghosts. And it was just a lot of different things. And then, you know, it didn't all work.
No, the Vans and Ghosts work.
Yeah.
That's a good combo, the Vans and Ghosts.
Oh, man. So how are you feeling about this war now? What do you think?
If I was Vanheim,
yeah,
and I saw what just worked, I would be pulling back the siege for the time being, and just not trying to siege right now.
Yeah.
I would be securing my siege armies, reinforcing them, and figuring out some way to stop this kind of stuff from happening. He's going to need some attack rear folks. He's going to need, you know, I would have specific thugs within each of my siege armies that are on immediate attack rear. So he might want point buffers to buff them so they are ready to go. Get them flying attack rear, try to take out Magi, because any one of these armies we just saw are vulnerable to flying attack rear.
Yeah.
That'd be one thing I'd do. So that's for the siege armies. But the other biggest thing I would do is I would be pumping out a ton of these little 10 troop. See, I would probably go with 1 Vannuel, 5 Vans, and 5 Storm Demons and send little groups of those everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, storm
because
demons are expensive though, but I feel you.
well, that's why I'm saying only 5.
Yeah. Well, five's
Um,
still a
and
fair
then
amount. That's 50 slaves, but
it is, but he's got hundreds,
yeah,
and they're just going to get killed if he sits them on top of a fort.
yeah.
That would be, but other versions of it.
Yeah,
That
sure.
is one option. The 3 ghosts was quite effective.
Yep.
I mean, what got the ghost was a fire elemental, but he's not always going to have a fire elemental. Or even each of those armies could have 3 or 5 ghosts,
yeah.
3 or 5 storm demons, but I would be doing the 5 vans on guard commander on a steady basis.
What about at a higher level though, Marilyn? Like at a higher level, it's like, okay, maybe I can't take infrastructure, but the rating, while it was showing some signs of success this turn, has also generally been super expensive. And Pelagia is going to be mind hunting him and shit too. So
yeah,
there's going to be that element we don't even see.
Well, at the highest level, maybe he could sue for peace.
Yeah,
because this isn't working.
Yeah,
this isn't working.
I mean, I think if he was able to take both of these forts this turn, then I'd be like, okay, maybe you hard commit to kicking him out of the land, because that was, I think last turn the question was, the rating didn't work very well. Is Pelagia going to have an answer to the Doom stacks?
And
I think the answer is mostly they do.
Yes.
It's going to be wildly expensive to siege stuff down with this current setup.
It is.
At a minimum, he has to go retool all his commanders to have fire resistance. At a minimum. So they don't get nuked with flames from the sky.
Yeah.
And this army on top of this thing is going to get beckoned again this turn, I guarantee you. And then this is going to get flames from the sky and nuked out of existence this turn.
Yeah.
And then you're left like there's a little bit of momentum on this front with the rating, and maybe he can keep it up. But then if you can't take the infrastructure, is that going to work out? Like, does that make sense? Especially when you consider your alternatives, right? Your alternatives were like finishing Ulm or fighting Ashdod or...
Yeah. I don't think at the highest level, I would say I'd be reevaluating that this is worth it at all.
Yeah.
Trying to deal with Pelagia by yourself, I don't think he can do. He needs partners.
Yeah, I think so too.
He's going to try to take on Pelagia.
Isn't that something though? So if that's the conclusion we come to, Vanheim is position 1 and he can't fight Pelagia off of the land.
It looks like he cannot. Yeah. Not with the tools he's bringing out.
Yeah. How about that? Well, this is some excellent Dominion so far. I'm just loving this. Let's switch to Uruk. Okay, looking to trade air gems in exchange for earth or nature gems. Okay.
Okay.
I guess he's going to try to control some global.
Maybe.
From Pangea, Kobold Lord. It's very bold to put your unique artifact booster on a Dryad standing in an open field next to Ulm's army of several hundred dudes. Sigh. She's fine.
And what the heck was that? Oh, I think Ulm is just killing off a diseased guy.
Yeah. I don't know what he was referring to. It was probably something we missed last turn or something. I don't know.
I think I saw a Dryad. There was a Dryad I thought I saw.
We can probably go back. There's hardly anything happening. So,
yeah, I thought that. Not learning Hydra.
No, that's not it. Here we go. 78.
I don't know if we saw it. No, there's nothing here with Pan.
Yeah, I don't know.
So wherever that is,
yeah,
we're not particularly seeing it.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta do another little bio break. Be right back.
Okay. So I think that is about it for this turn. The big question is, will Vanheim storm this fort? And if so, will he be successful? Or will he again be flummoxed by Pelagia? I'm thinking he probably has one more go. I think he's going to try to get this. If he gets this fort, it's going to give him access to this throne. And it's going to, I don't know, it'll be something that he can tell the parents of all the troops who died up here that they died for some cause. So I think he's going to take a shot at this. I think if I were him, I'd take a shot with it. And then maybe he can negotiate some peace where he gets some of the land he's taken. I don't think he's going to be successful particularly, but he might be. Because there's the Pyre Golem he has to worry about. There's, the flames from the sky bullshit. But there's a big scary army, so we'll see. And step one of his plan here of gem bait didn't work. So Arco might be a little bit on the back foot here. So we'll see. You have any closing thoughts for this episode, Maryland?
I think Vanheim has a decent shot of taking that fort, the one that you're pointing at, Lilidor there.
Yeah.
The other one, no, he's got to back off and regroup.
Yeah.
Unquestionably. He could leave some nasty traps on top of the fort for when the break siege occurs. There's a number of possible nasty traps. But overall, if I was Vanheim, I'd be looking for a partner to help out. Or I'd be trying to call this off and say, okay, sorry, I took my beating. I accept peace. You can have your land back.
I don't think anybody's going to help Vanheim too much except maybe Pangea.
I don't think so either, but
yeah.
And I'm not sure if I was Pelagia, I'd be taking peace anyways.
Yeah, I mean, Pelagia doesn't... It's kind of the thing. Like, in late game's Dominions, it is harder to go on the offensive than it is to defend by a pretty big margin. And I don't know if Pelagia is going to have what it takes to go on the offense either. So, we'll see.
I just meant, if you were Pelagia, would you accept some kind of a peace agreement with Vanheim?
Probably. I'd probably want him to screw off while I keep doing my wish farm and then maybe mess with somebody else. I don't think Vanheim is a good war target for Pelagia. Like, what is he going to do? Invade through here? Like, I don't see that working at all. Him coming and taking all of this or taking all of this, I just don't see it.
Yeah.
But I don't think he needs to, be a pushover. He can sue. If he gets peace, it can be on terms he wants.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So.
Yeah, Vanheim might have to make concessions if he wants peace.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for joining me, Maryland.
This was turn 79, right?
Yep.
Yes, you're welcome.
We'll see you guys on turn 80.
Bye, guys.